Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 2v2 on Oka River Winter, as you can see by the excessive white on the screen. Our heroes today are going to be Zimmerit and archangeldaniel. Will be playing for the Germans, which we see that both of them are actually going for their tier 1 right off the bat. So, good. And for the Soviets, we're going to see SturmTigerFlu, Superflu, in the forums, and SturmTigerOst playing for the Soviets of the Red Army. As far as the Soviets, we see that none of them have gone for tech right off the bat, so, again, conscripts, 2 conscripts being produced for Flu. We have 2 conscripts being produced for Ost. We do see that Zimmerit has produced a grenadier, and Archangel has produced a machine gun. So Soviet seems to be going for conscripts, both of them at the start. We'll see if they diverge in their techs later on. And it seems that the Germans are going potentially one for support weapons and the other for infantry, which is a nice combined armed tactics. Anyways, we haven't done the 2v2 cast at all, so this will be the first one. I can't really get the overlay for the, all the things. The units and such for 4 players. I mean, maybe I could work something in and put them on the other side of the map, but I think that would clutter the map too much and be obstructing the gameplay. But we'll see. I mean, maybe if I start doing more 2v2s, maybe we can at least put the resources over here for all players. That might be something interesting to do. But for now, we're just going to keep it simple. Let the game, tell you what's going on. So anyways, we hear some shots. We do see conscripts engaging some pioneers over here at the fuel point. The map itself, you have your 3 victory points spread out in the middle. Fuel points flanking, or not flanking, but in between all the victory points. We do see a Molotov being used against the pioneers in the church. Keep in mind though that the church is a very big building, and usually flamethrowers are not going to do that well against it, because even though the guy here is going to take damage, these guys up here are not really going to take any damage, so it'll take a couple Molotovs to get them out of there. However, health damage is going to be given, so it is not a good idea to stay in there for a very long time. Anyways, we do see Grenadiers supporting these Pioneers, getting the retreat on that conscript squad, which was down to 4. Another conscript squad moves in and start taking some shots. They are in a disadvantageous position there. Molotov goes in, trying to get those Grenadiers out of the cover, but they run back into the flames. One of them catches fire, and they are going to go ahead and jump into the church, it looks like. He doesn't want the Soviet player to get that church, so he is gonna get both of his units in there, making them last a little bit longer. So they're just gonna go ahead and jump into this other house, making sure that he can't jump in and cap that, at least not easily. Do see mortar on the field for Zimmerit, so yeah, we do see that he's gonna be going for some potential combined arms, but Archangel is also getting his own mortar, so it looks like they're going to be going their own individual builds, making sure that they can at least hold their own side of the battle. Anyway, still fighting here in the middle. Machine gun running to garrison that church. That is going to make it so that these conscripts pretty much have to get out of there. They're not going to be able to last very long. Although another Molotov goes in, does some damage, gets another guy from the machine gun squad. But yeah, they're going to last in there for a while, like I said. Big house, not a lot of damage. So they are dying, though. One of them catches on fire. Over here on the right-hand side, we do see that the machine guns, MG42s, Pioneers are capping the side. Not a lot of engagement. We actually see a combat engineer squad retreating, so the focus right now for the Soviet players is on the left-hand side. Conscripts chasing down a grenadier squad down to 1 man, but it looks like he's going to make it out of there no problem. MG42 leaves the church and is going to run, but it's running in between 2 conscript squads. He's going to make it. He did have decent health for 1 unit, but no, he gets killed, and this machine gun is going to get picked up by Flu, and maybe even garrisoning the church. Probably going to move it a little bit forward, though, I would assume, to have a little bit more control, but not a problem. Has to be wary of these mortars, though. There are, I believe, 2 mortar squads on the field. Yeah, one coming out of the base. The other one is set up right here, which is going to make it difficult for this MG42 to stay in one place. But they can take a couple shots before they need to move, so should be much of a problem. Back at base, we do see that Flu is going for his tier 2. Potentially got to get his own MGs and mortars, but well, we'll see what he goes for that. You can also get AT guns, which even though there's not any vehicles on the field at this moment, you can still use that barrage ability, which is very useful. Grenadier squad getting pinned down by the stolen MG42 that is in the church. They hit retreat. MG42 set up here covering the road. Flanking Grenadier squad heading into heavy cover on that wall and is potentially going to throw a nade. Is he? No, she's taking shots with their own MG, but Conscript Squad hoorahs in, throws a Molotov, has to get him out of there. Not going to win that fight. This mortar could potentially start lobbing shells at this MG42. Not sure if it's in range. It's taking some shots now. This is going to be for the Conscripts or the MG42. Let's see what hits. And boom. Okay, so it's for the Conscripts. Oh, that could have been a rifle nade. Most likely the mortar, though. Yeah, there it goes. So mortar taking shots at those conscripts. The Grenadiers decide to jump into this house, but this house is almost destroyed. I mean, there isn't really any heavy weapons fire that will destroy it right now, but I mean, there's mortar fire that could accidentally take it down, and that's very, very risky. That house is almost collapsed, and if it collapses, that Grenadier squad is going to die. Ooh. Mortar, Conscript squad down to 1 man by that mortar. Retreats. Another one down to 1 man. Is he going to make it out of there? And it looks like he is. No problem. Conscript squad getting pinned down by the MG in the middle of the road. But that's exactly what I was talking about. Mortar team. It didn't count as a... interesting. Well, it didn't count as friendly fire, but I'm pretty sure that was friendly fire. That mortar shot went in, made the building collapse, and 1 Grenadier squad got crushed in there by his own shells. But, well, live and learn. So, let's see any interesting tech going on by anybody at this point. No, we don't really see anything for the German players. We do see that Flu has decided to, in fact, get his doctrine. He went for the Guards Rifled Combined Arms, and he is going to be able to get that hit the dirt ability right away. Going to be very useful to fight those MG42s that are currently littering the field. Bit of a lull in the fight. We do see that what is this? The stolen MG42 is currently covering the leftmost approach, but he is kind of getting flanked by a Grenadier squad. It isn't going for the flank. It is actually trying to get the cap. He did manage to turn it around and could potentially start firing, although he decides to pack it up and move. He is moving into range of the Grenadiers, though. Setting up on the gate is going to give him light cover, and yeah, you got to get him out of there. It was a decent idea, but not a good position. You have to get him out of there, otherwise they were going to get killed. And wow, that mortar shell went in almost on top of them. Nice time to hit retreat there. Another MG42 is in the church with Grenadier squad with the LMG42. So decently heavy firepower on that church. However, there is a mortar on the field for Flu, which can start shelling that church, and should potentially do so because, you know, it's a very heavily defended position at the time. But, well, we'll see where they go. Massive focus of infantry in the center. They are right south of the center victory point. The rightmost victory point is in control for the Soviets, although they are currently cut off. This point cuts off the right-hand side of the map from the, the lower side. So it's this point cuts you off from the right. This point right here cuts you off from the left. Likewise, this one cuts them off from the right. This one from the left. Have an engagement in the right-hand side. MG42 in a house. Pinning conscript squads. There is a conscript squad hoorahing to help them out. They're probably going to throw a Molotov in there. This is a much smaller house than a church, so it is going to be much more effective. Conscript squad decides to retreat because there is an MG emplacement, an MG bunker that got produced there. So a lot of firepowers. They got down to 2 men. Molotov goes into the house. Conscript Squad gets pinned. Molotov is doing some damage on the MG42, but it's not going to be enough to get him out of there. They should be able to outlast it, take some health damage, but they can keep the position. Although this is still in the possession of the Soviets, so I mean, it's nice to give this position for the fuel, but you know, the victory point is starting to tick down in the favor of the Soviets. Let's do a quick check on the commanders. We do see that SturmTigerOst decided to go for the same commander. So they're both going to have guards rifles and hit the dirt, and potentially have the ability to build howitzers, which I'm guessing they're probably going to use. 2 howitzers on the field should be very effective at denying territory later in the game. Up in the north right-hand side, we do see Conscript Squad hitting the dirt against Pioneers, but there is a sniper on the field for the Germans, which is taking shots at these conscripts, down to 3 men. There is another 3-man conscript squad moving up, so they should be able to... What happened? Are they dead? No, 2 men. Okay. The icon moved, so it was hard to keep track. Conscript Squad going for the sniper. Sniper has to retreat, or he is going to get killed, although they don't have PPSA just yet, which means they are not going to be able to do a lot of damage on the move, but the sniper is still going to have to move out of there because he's very fragile. And as opposed to the Soviet sniper, it's only 1 man, so you don't have that much tolerance there. Left-hand side, we do see that a T-70 has hit the field for Flu, and he's taking shots at Grenadiers, going to make them retreat right away. It's very good, very good. And it is supported by a friendly combat engineer squad, which can, if I'm not mistaken, repair. I don't think that has been changed from Vanilla Company Heroes, but again, this is my first 2v2 cast, so I'm not entirely sure. But I would assume you can still repair your friendly vehicles. Mortar in the center, taking shots at, looks like the church, but being counter-mortared by the German mortar. Grenadiers with LMG-42 right on top of the mortar team. Force Flu needs to get him out of there, or they are going to die rather quick. But the stolen MG42 manages to get a pin on those Grenadiers. Very good usage of stolen weaponry. Remember, the MG42 has a lot more as far as suppression goes. But, ooh, nice shot by the German mortar. Takes out 3 of the guys. But the T-70 is chasing the German mortar now, and is probably going to get the kill on them. But it's going to be close to the base. Yeah, there it goes. It's very close to the base, so it's going to get a retreat. Flak Panzer is on the field, which is a very good counter against the T-70. Fast firing, does damage to the armor, and can chase it down, but he doesn't want to risk it. I think he had already noticed that there's an AT gun over here on this side for Flu, which is a very good support of the T-70. Actually it even looked like it was a bait for the Flak Panzer, so very good there. Needs to get some repairs on that because T-70s don't have a lot of life, and the Flak Panzer can actually kill it relatively quickly. Conscript Squad getting shot at by the Flak Panzer, taking a lot of losses, down to 4 men. He is trying to get the cap on the fuel point, but he needs to retreat. Another man goes down by a mortar, and he manages to get out with 3 men. Very good. T-70 being used for harassment. He is moving in to get that mortar, it looks like. He saw that it got recruited, apparently. And gonna take it down rather quickly. There it goes. Mortar down once again. Loss of manpower for the German players. We do see an URA by SturmTigerOst. He might be wanting to go for that 18-8, but he is getting shot while he gets chased. It's a lot of damage. I don't think it's worth it. Get it out of there. Get him out of there. Down to 2 men. Down. Ugh. 1 squad lost. Sometimes you can get blinded by trying to take down a vehicle, so be careful with that. Happens to all of us, though, so no critique. Over on the right-hand side, we do see a Panzer IV chasing the T-70. T-70 down to about 20% health. It's not going to make it out of there. It is trying to mask itself around the building. Doing a very good job at it. Panzer IV actually takes a chunk out of the house because he missed the shot. And T-70 is currently working on the MG42 inside. Ooh! Cat and mouse game is pretty much over, or ring around the house here. And the T-70 is down. Panzer IV is going for the base, or at least going forward, it looks like. Over on the left-hand side, we do see the Flak Panzer go into town on conscripts, down to 2 men. Vet2 squad, you don't want to lose that. He's going to be able to make it out of there. He's not in line of sight anymore, but good there. Another 2-man squad, no veterancy, so it's not going to last a long time. URA being used to get on top of that Flak Panzer. He probably wants to get that 18-8. Is he going to get that 18-8, or is he just trying to chase him away? I don't know what was happening there. Down to 2-man, manages to hit retreat, so good on that. Be careful of chasing Flak Panzers, they are very good at killing you. If you're infantry, that is. A Stug is on the field for Zimmerit to support his Flak Panzer. I guess he doesn't have the fuel to afford a Panzer IV and the Flak Panzer, so it's a very good option. You are not as effective as a Panzer IV, but you have two armored vehicles now on the field, which is very impacting. We do see Grenadiers going for the fuel point on the left-hand side. It is going to get engaged by the MG42, being put to very good use. It hasn't actually gotten killed, it looks like, but it has been able to suppress a lot of infantry. AT gun being supported by that MG42, so it's going to prevent that flank, and it's going to prevent those tanks from getting to it. We do see a half-track on the field for SturmTigerFlu. He is gonna upgrade it with that anti-air gun, which is very good against infantry, and it still allows you to reinforce your units on the field. Flak Panzer manages to get the flank on the AT gun. It does get some shots on the angle there, but it can't really go up to it anymore because it turned around to face it. Panzer IV going to flank the other AT gun, getting circle strafed now. Down to 2-man, we have still 4 guys. Conscript squad moving up, probably going to throw an 18-8, I would assume. They are probably going to get run over, one of them does. Look out. Get him out of there. 18-8's going to go down, probably one more shot. T-34 rams that that Panzer IV before it manages to, not before it managed to get the kill on the AT gun, but it's probably going to get recruit. There it goes. 3 men on there. There is a half-track on the field, which can quickly reinforce this AT gun. AT gun getting turned against Panzer IV. Gonna get that kill. Shouldn't be much of a problem. And there it goes. Panzer IV down. And we do see that the AT gun and the MG42 got taken out by the Flak Panzer, but they are in... sorry about that, guys. Computer crashed. But anyways, where were we? We got the Panzer IV killed here by the AT gun. I was saying that it could potentially get reinforced because there is a half-track over here in the south. So it doesn't need to retreat or anything, but, well, it does need to move up a little bit if we're going to get any reinforcements. But anyways, we do see some conscripts getting the fuel point over here at the right-hand side. We do have a Stug still on the field for Zimmerit, but it is not in range and not the best. But Flak Panzer getting repaired very well. It has had 27 infantry kills, but it's only bit 1. It's kind of slow for the veterancy, but, well, I guess it's very effective at doing that, so it needs a couple more kills. Anyways, we do see a Panzer IV moving through the river, trying to flank. Could potentially get a kill on the T-34. T-34 rammed the other Panzer IV and allowed it to get the kill by the AT gun, but I don't think it can see it. Let's see, it's archangeldaniel, and he should be able to see it now. But the T-34 is up again, so he can actually get a ram on it. Is he going to try to do that? He should. Come on, do it. Yes, he's going to do it. There he goes. Come on. And no. Hey. Oh, well. I would have probably done that considering... Yeah, there he goes. And boom. So, another disabled. Engine damaged. He's going to turn this AT gun and boom. There he goes. Destroyed engine. Out of control. Even though it doesn't move, it's out of control, I guess. Look out, it's moving at about a mile. Anyways, so another Panzer IV down, so very good job there. And the T-34 is going to get repaired again. Up at the fuel point, we do see Grenadiers, 3 squads of them, and the Stug making an advance. We do see the Flak Panzer once again flanking that AT gun, getting it decrewed, and this MG42 is probably going to get decrewed once again. Down to 2-man, down to 1, still running. Actually, it's going to make it out of there, very good. Yeah. Conscript squad fending it off with the threat of 18-8s. You always have to be wary of those conscripts. And a very concentrated effort here in the left center point. T-34 moving up to take some shots and see what's going on. The mortar squad down to 2-man, but it is very close, so it should get some more accuracy relatively. Stug turning to shoot at the T-34, getting some good shots in. It is... essentially a counter to it because it is relative to the cost, I guess, not as expensive as a Panzer IV, and is very good at killing tank. AT gun moving up to take some shots at the Stug. There we go. Shot goes in. Stug down to about less than half, about 40%. Does manage to get a last shot in and destroys that T-34. So very good by the Stug right there. We do see that the AT gun over here is still decrewed for the Soviets. Pioneers capping or decapping this strategic point. Like I mentioned, this one cuts you off from the left-hand side, so it's something to keep in mind. Conscript squad moving in force to get that Pioneer squad. Should be able to kill it. Well, actually, it retreats in a very favorable direction, so he's going to be able to make it out of there with one man. Conscript squad needs to stop there and get that territory capped back up. No, don't move out of there. They move out of there. Oh well. This spot needs to be captured if he wants to get the resources on the left-hand side back in their position. We do see a... what is this? A bombing run? Zimmerit? No, that was Archangel throwing a light artillery barrage, but it easily dodged by all the infantry and the tank, so it doesn't actually hit anything. Might have done a little bit of damage on the half-track right there, but nothing significant. So we do see that relatively the entire map, pretty much, more than half the map is currently in control for the German forces, so it's looking very dicey for the Soviets. They are working on trying to get some caps again. We do see the AT gun getting crewed up by Guards rifle, so that's a expensive AT gun, but a more durable AT gun because they get the armor value for that infantry, so not bad. Panzer IV on the field, getting some shots at that T-34. Remember, T-34s are really not that good against Panzer IVs. We do see the T-34 trying to go for that Panzer IV, but it's going to get Panzerfausted by those Grenadiers. Gets that engine damage. It is heavy engine damage in this situation, so it's going to be very slow to retreat. Panzer IV could even move into position and get a last shot, but the AT gun for SturmTigerOst is getting into position to try to cover it. T-34 down to about 20% or 10% health, so it has to be very careful. Artillery barrage being used by the AT guns. Very good usage of that. One more shot goes in. Doesn't take down that Grenadier squad. Down to one man, but is going to be able to just walk out of that area. Left-hand side, we do see conscripts getting that munition point again. And the Grenadiers getting the victory point. We do see that the center victory point is currently in the possession of the Soviets, so they are not getting ticked at that fast, but we do see the ticking in the favor of the Germans right now. Grenadier squad in the church gets Molotov, but they jump right out and start to retreat up to Veteran C2. And we see the T-34 over here getting killed by the Stug, but the Stug gets shot in return by a Vet 3 AT gun and takes it out quite handily. Veteran C3 gives you weapon damage, which is quite good. We do hear another... Ooh, that's a nice shot. That should have been by Zimmerit. Stuka bombing strike going in, taking out that half-track, taking out an AT gun, almost taking out the Vet 3 gun. And this conscript squad left alone gets shot in the face and killed. So, very painful and very good usage of that Stuka bombing run by Zimmerit. Heavy losses for the Soviets, so they are going to be losing that center victory point. Left-hand side, we do see combined forces of Guards Rifled and conscripts getting engaged by another pair of Stug and Flak Gun, or Flak Panzer. 18-8 goes on the Flak Panzer, slowing it down a little bit, but infantry is very hurt. These Guards Rifle need to get out of there. They are Vet 1. You don't want to lose veterancy. And 2-man, even though they have the PTRS rifles, I don't think they can get that, what do you call it? Sorry, the pinning down. Why am I brain freeze or brain fart? Buttoning. There you go. Buttoning. Molotov going in against Grenadiers. Heavy damage as they are currently crawling in the fire. Down to one man. Might lose the squad if he doesn't get it out of there. His retreat gets the squad. Hit the dirt for these conscripts. Veteran C2 down to 3 men. They retreat. Again, you don't want to lose that veteran C that easily. And on the center point, we do see 3 squads, 2 conscripts, 1 Maxim machine gun being used quite effectively. Engineers at 1 man each. They have flamethrowers, but they get executed by those conscripts with PPSHs. They are getting shot at by a Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV should be able to keep him out of there. Weirdly enough, though, this victory point is not getting capped. Oh, because these guys are pinned and these guys are lying on the floor just outside that capping range. They get unsuppressed, get back up, and start capping that flag. Left side victory point was capped by the Soviets, but it's currently getting decapped by Grenadier. We do see another T-34, AT guns, and conscripts moving over to the left-hand side. Gonna get engaged by that Flak Panzer. They are relatively evenly matched, Flak Panzer and the T-34, but he does have the support of the Stug, which is going to do heavy damage to that T-34, so he needs to back off. AT gun moving into position, probably going to start taking shots at that Stug. And, well, actually has a arc of fire for both. Two Stugs being moved up now. T-34 runs away, down to about 5% health, but is going to be able to get it out of there. Two AT guns moved into position and taking shots at those Stugs. Getting good damage on them. And, yeah, Stug down to about 30% health. AT gun down to 2-man, might be taken out. Grenadiers going up against it. They do get vet 2 because they take out one of the Stugs, but I don't think it's going to make it out of there. There it goes. AT gun decrewed, and that veterancy is now lost. Grenadiers moving into position, but they are blocked by a conscript squad. And the AT gun is actually taking barrage shots at them, which did a lot of damage, down to the 1-man each. Might get taken out, one of these guys, but nah, they managed to get out of there pretty fine. They had high health on those squads, so no problem there. Right-hand side, we do see a combat engineer squad trying to go for some caps. The only unit over here on the right-hand side is an MG gun for Archangel in this house, covering the fuel, but it's not covering the victory point. So, still heavy engagement over here on the left-hand side. Flak Panzer moving against the AT gun. Manages to get out of the arc of fire. Takes a shot in the face, though, but it should still be enough to flank it and circle strafe it. T-34 gets some shots in at that Flak Panzer. It's going to make it retreat. It shouldn't go chasing it, especially exposing its rear. It can get taken out by that Flak Panzer in a couple shots. AT gun does get decrewed. The Vet 3 AT gun did get a shot in. Did a lot of damage, down to about 20% health, but is not going to die. We do see that at Vet 2, they apparently get those shield plating, which says significantly reduces damage, which one would assume with those skirts there. AT gun recruit again by Guards Rifle. Again, that makes it very expensive compared to conscripts to reinforce, but it gives you increased armor on each unit, so it can make it last longer, you know, in that in the pocket basically. Guards Rifle throwing a grenade on top of Grenadiers, and good damage. Takes one guy out, does a lot of health damage to the rest of the squad. They're going to start chasing them, but at 3 men, they are not as good against the Grenadiers. They do manage to kill another guy, gets the retreat, and they're going to start decapping that victory point. Left-hand side, we do see a T-34 for SturmTigerFlu going against the MG in that shack. If he leaves him there and gets a couple more shots in there, should be able to destroy that house and make it so that that MG can't just simply be garrisoning in there. One more shot. No, it doesn't actually take down the house. It's so close to death, it should collapse it on top of those guys. No, the shots are not hitting it. It needs to hit like one of the corners, I guess, to finish it off. Yeah, it's shooting into the ground in the middle, not doing any damage to the structure, which is unfortunate. And there is a Flak Panzer coming up, which could potentially kill the T-34 if not careful. But the MG42 should also get killed. There's another Panzerfaust being used, more damage being taken, and the house finally collapses, taking care of that MG42, but this T-34 should not be able to get out of there. There's a Guards Rifle and Conscript moving in to support the T-34, but I don't think it's going to be able to make it out of there. They actually decide to back off a little bit because they figure, well, it's not going to be worth it in this case. That T-34 is pretty much gone. Left-hand side, we do see AT guns being used, Maxim machine guns being used. That barrage ability is being used quite often, very effectively, and ooh, nice shot goes in. The money shot takes out those guys, explodes in their face, all over them. Oh my god. We do have an MG42 for Zimmerit moving to the left-hand side, trying to capture that, and we do see that a PAC-43 was produced by Archangel. It is covering the middle, very long range. It's going to cover the victory points. Both of them obviously needs to turn, but it is in range of that, so it's going to make it very difficult for Soviet armor to be effective in this area, unless of course they, you know, take out that gun. Right-hand side, the guards rifle did get retreated by grenadiers. Squad of 2 grenadiers is currently garrisoning that house. This other one is chasing them. They are going for the victory point, which they might be able to get considering they have hit the dirt. In the center point, we do see another Maxim machine gun engaging Pioneers. The Pioneers do manage to get a decap though, and they will probably retreat after that. Grenadiers getting the fuel point on the left, and we do have Maxim machine gun capturing the victory point on the left. So a lot of flipping of victory points back and forth. There is no set positions and one being fought over for, all points constantly being used. We do have a reconnaissance overflight being used by Zimmerit, which is going to give him a good idea of what's on the field. You can see the plane flying overhead and revealing this area, giving him advanced warning of what's coming. You can see all that infantry moving over to the left-hand side, and he can move his infantry to respond. As far as the infantry, we had a Grenadier squad, MG42, we have another Grenadier, Flak Panzer, Grenadier squad. We do see 2 T-34s moving to engage that Flak Panzer. 2 of them should be able to get the win, but this T-34 is staying back. T-34 here gets Panzerfausted, damaged engine, and a Stug moves in position. He is probably going to take this T-34 out. One shot goes in, takes it down to about 10% health. One more shot should do it, and there it goes. T-34 down. AT gun being used over here to take shots. It's not in range of the Stug. Stug is going to move in range of the T-34, get some shots in, do a lot of damage. T-34 is not going to be able to respond with that same amount of damage. See, takes very little health. The only advantage T-34 could potentially have is a circle strafe, but with the supporting infantry, very easy to get Panzerfausted and killed. One more shot by the Stug should kill it, and there you go, another T-34 down. Unfortunate for the Soviet players. We see that SturmTigerFlu. Something's going in here. And boom! Ow! Those, this is Zimmerit, right? Yeah, those Stuka bombing runs by Zimmerit are very brutal. Look at that. AT gun destroyed, infantry is destroyed. Ow, it actually hurts to watch. Anyways, near the middle we do see a Panzer IV very heavily damaged. The AT gun is currently being used to barrage the Pak-43. Manages to get the decrew on it. Very good, but it is going to get flanked by that Panzer IV. And yeah, it manages to get around it before it can get a shot off. AT gun moving into position, should be able to get a shot in here. AT grenade going by the conscripts. And managed to get the damage, managed to get that destroyed engine. One more shot should do it. And there it goes, Panzer IV down. AT gun manages to stay up there. We do see that there is something artillerying. Panzer Warfare going in, probably on the AT gun. No, it goes for the mortar. Ow! Nice, nice damage on it. Not that effective, but nice damage on it nonetheless. Another Panzer IV over here in the river. The river is frozen, obviously, in the winter version. So you need to be very careful with your vehicles on the river, because if they get an explosion around there, they can easily crack that ice, and bye-bye vehicles. Guards rifle, they got suppressed over here. There is a DP light machine gun that they could potentially pick up. It's theirs. They should probably do so, but they got an engaged. Panzer IV on the right-hand side, not doing much. We do have a Stug and the Panzer Warfare on the left-hand side. We do see that the Pak-43 was recrewed by SturmTigerOst and turned against the German player. He does need to get some infantry support up there so that it doesn't get recruited that easily, but it is at least going to make it so that it has to be damaged a little bit more before they do that. Anyways, Panzer IV is currently behind enemy lines, I suppose, but that Pak-43 is currently in range and can easily take some shots at it. And there it goes. Oh my god. That makes it worth it, even if it gets decrewed right now. It got a kill. It could actually even turn around right now and probably get that flak or the no, there you go, Sabo. And it actually manages to destroy it. So very good victory there for SturmTigerOst. He made it so that the German player had to destroy his own Pak-43 and actually got a tank kill with its own Pak-43. So very good reversal there for SturmTigerOst. He made it very costly for that Pak-43. anyways, we do see an engagement in the victory point. This guy probably... yeah, he actually makes it out. Very lucky. A very heavy assault here by Zimmerit. Ooh, AT gun. Oh no, actually that's a T-34. Takes a shot at the flak panzer, but not doing a lot of damage. He does get his engine repaired. The ram goes in, and it goes against the Stug. Manages to get a destroyed gun, obviously. And the engine gets heavy engine damage, so it's going to move very slowly. And could potentially get killed. This is a Vet 3 Stug. It had already gotten 3 vehicles destroyed. So it will be very useful for the Soviet players if they can kill it, because it has increased weapon damage. A lot of squads here. Grenadiers, Flak Panzer, Conscripts. Ooh. Yeah, the Flak Panzer can whittle down the armor of a T-34 and get it down, which happened right there. The Stug is about half health, but there isn't really anything on the field that can kill it right now. He needs to get rid of this infantry to potentially be able to get to it, but there's a Panzer IV coming in for support on the right-hand side. Probably going to crush these... one of them crushes it. They are hitting the dirt, so they're not going to be able to move. They do get buttoned, though, by the Guards Rifled, and the AT gun is not turning to hit it, though. I believe that is a slight mistake. It isn't controlled by SturmTigerOst. It's controlled by Flu, and he, well, maybe they might not be in communication as far as a, you know, voice command. So he ends up using his own button by his Guards Rifle, and does turn the AT gun on that one, and gets the kill on the Panzer IV. So very good there. Slight oversight first on the first button, but not a problem. So this Stug is still damaged. We do see that the T-34 does have a damaged engine, unfortunately, so it's very difficult for him to get to it. But if he can press his advantage right now, he can still get that Stug. It's quite in range, actually. 3 Pioneer squads, though, going to try to repair that Stug. It is Vet 3, so he doesn't want to lose it. But there isn't really anything here on the field anymore that could take down the T-34. It already has a damaged engine. You know, a couple Panzerfaust are not going to kill it, but oh well. Missed opportunity, I suppose. He is moving forward with Conscripts and Guards Rifle, which could potentially spot it, but considering it's 3 Pioneers, I don't think he's going to be able to kill them or get the kill on the Stug before it repairs. And no, there it goes. It's going to get repaired in a second, and there it goes. Back up to full speed, full health, gun, engine, everything good. Pioneers retreat. They don't need to be there anymore, so missed opportunity there. Obviously, you can speak much right now because, you know, you can see everything, but, you know, he didn't have sight of that, so it's not his fault. Anyways, another Stug engaging that T-34. T-34 damaged engine is not going to be able to make it out of there in time, so this T-34 is going to die in one more shot. AT gun does move into position to try to help, but it's not going to be able to do much. Destroyed engine. One more shot should do it. And there it goes. Actually, well, it's out of control, and Panzer IV decides to just move in, take a shot before it, you know, can shoot more. Now the T-34 hitting the field for SturmTigerOst, so they are going very heavily into T-34, so I'm assuming that both of them, yeah, both of them went Tier 3. No Tier 4, so no Su-85s, which are heavier counters to, you know, the armor, but T-34s are cheaper and, well, they're effective nonetheless. Yeah, there you go. T-34 manages to actually get a kill on a Panzer IV on retreat, shooting him in the ass, a lot of damage, and, well, goodbye Panzer IV. So we do see that it actually looks to be a little bit more in the favor of the Soviets right now. The fuel point is getting decapped. Where is it? Should be somewhere around here. Panzerwerfer was taking some shots, but I'm not sure if it was that one. But anyways, heavy artillery fire. So again, we do see through the middle of the river, another Panzer IV heading into the middle. It is going to do some damage, but there is no infantry to support, so it's not going to get any caps. And we do see that a conscript squad for SturmTigerFlu is going over to the right-hand side. There is no MG42. There is a Grenadier squad with an LMG42, but that's not the same thing. It's not going to be as effective, and it's down to 2 men anyways. AT guns supporting each other, getting some good shots on that Panzer IV. It's not going to be able to get any kills, really, because, well, you can't really circle strafe multiple AT guns. You get around one, but, you know, you don't get around the other. Goes into turbo mode when he loses control. That is really, literally out of control because it was speeding all over the place, but blows up in a little while. T-34 over here gets another damage engine by the Panzerfaust. Stug should be able to take care of it. There it goes, providing some heavy cover on this victory point, so very useful for both sides. Grenadiers cross the river to get a cap on that victory point, start getting the drain again on the Soviet players. Flak Panzer and Stug, very nice combo, especially against T-34s. T-34s are not that great at anti-tanks, and the Stugs are very good at countering those T-34s, and that Flak Panzer can do the anti-infantry job that the Stug lacks. Artillery shots by the AT gun are going into the Flak Panzer. Keep in mind though that the artillery shots are not anti-tank. So even if they hit the tank directly, as we saw right there, it's not going to do much, if any, damage. It's more intended to kill infantry, dislodge heavy weapons and such. The AT gun on its regular shots, that is designed as a AT, an anti-tank, and that's how it should be used against vehicles. But again, it's not a bad idea to barrage a vehicle. Sometimes infantry is going to be near it and you can get some kills. This AT gun should have been supporting this one, but it is not set up. Gonna get a shot in before it leaves the area, but this AT gun is probably gonna get decrewed. And yeah, shot goes in. It's a Vet 3 though, so at Vet 3 they get reduced damage taken at Vet 2, that is. So yeah, it's gonna be harder to take him down. Gotta say, though, Zimmerit has been very good at keeping his tanks alive and getting a lot of veterancy on them, making them that much more useful. So we do see in the middle, Guards Rifle, Vet 3, getting that victory point. Over here we do see that the Conscripts Vet 2 hitting the dirt, getting that keeping that victory point on the right-hand side. We do see that a Panzer IV is moving into position to the right-hand side. Rifle Nade does go in, kills most of them, gets it down to one man, so they decide to retreat. Left-hand side, another engagement by the AT guns against the vehicles. Actually, no. Oh, well, yeah, the Flak Panzer is circling around. A lot of heavy damage onto it. He decides to ram it. It is Vet 3, so it's very worth it to do so. You don't want to let him get out of there. There is another T-34 over here that you can use. Just run it up and get those shots in the rear. There it goes. And should be able to get that kill relatively quickly. The Pioneers are moving in to try to save that Flak Panzer, but they're just going to get themselves kills. Yep, there it goes, out of control. Two Stugs go in to try to get the kills on the T-34s, but there are AT guns in the area. 1, 2, 3 AT guns, so it is a very risky maneuver. Down to 2 AT guns though, so it could potentially work. T-34 does decide to move ahead, probably going to crush some of these Pioneers. There you go, crushes one. That Pioneers are dancing around them, so is going to be able to make it out. This AT gun needs to be turned a little bit, start taking shots at it, but well, again, hindsight is 20/20. It does get turned, take some shots at it. T-34, I mean, a Stug that is at Vet 3 is very low in health, could potentially get killed. T-34 gets a shot in, out of control, and there goes the Vet 3 Stug. So very good victory there for the Soviets. That, wait, didn't it go out of control? What the hell? I'll have to check the replay later on again, but I could have sworn that one was out of control. Oh well. Well, let's see. Let's see how it turns out. Anyways, victory points or points itself, dead even, 170 to 170. Well, now ticking against the German players, but very even game, very nice. So the T-34 spamish, I mean, it's not spam, they're just producing a lot of them and replacing their losses. Has been working out so far. Panzer IVs are very effective against T-34s, but they do have very nice AT weapon support, which makes it so that they can't just simply go around and kill them. So, very good. A lot of AT guns here decrewed though. Very important that they either destroy them or get them back in their possession. You don't want to let that German player get them. We do see, finally, pretty much for the first time, though, the Soviet players managing to gain pretty much complete control of the left-hand side, or at least the entire, their side of the river. So very good, up to the enemy base. They have, it looks like they have pretty much broken the lines and the backs of the German players. Let's see how the resources are. A lot of fuel, but 400 manpower for Zimmerit, and some fuel and 300 manpower for archangeldaniel. So, yeah, very good, very good play by the Soviet player, I gotta say. We do see that SturmTigerOst does have a little bit more of fuel, but you know, maybe he's saving for something. What I don't see is any arty weapons being produced. I mean, they didn't need it relatively, but you know, it's interesting that they would go guards rifles and not get that. But you know, that's not to say it's bad. That's, you know, their choice. Anyways, we do see an incursion by the German players into the Soviet players' side of the river. Conscripts hitting the dirt, getting a light cover there, doing some heavy damage on that Grenadier squad. We do see a T-34 coming up for support. Might get Panzerfausted in the face, but it is going to be able to tip the scales towards the Soviet players as far as the anti-infantry. These Grenadiers, dead. So Grenadier squad gets killed. Grenadiers decide to retreat. Only Pioneers left, but they're going to hit retreat because they have no means of fighting that tank. At least the Grenadiers have Panzerfaust, which can do a little bit of damage, but without them, they stood no chance. So again, the river, their side of the river is controlled, and they are starting to go against the right-hand side of the river. We do see a T-34 heavily damaged over here that, well, it actually doesn't look like it rammed. It has a destroyed engine, but it looks like the gun is intact. And normally when you ram, you lose your gun. Anyways, we do see Panthers being produced for Zimmerit. Panthers are going to be extremely effective against those T-34s. They can just, you know, roll over T-34s pretty much, just walk over them and kill them, probably not even taking a shot, if they could do that. Ooh, T-34 abandoned. He needs to get a shot in it before, yeah, there he goes. No, he decided to move away, gets 18-aided. So this T-34 is still on the field. Soviet players can very easily recrew it, repair it, and that's not a loss for the Germans. We do see the Flak Panzer being buttoned. AT guns moving into position, gonna start taking shots at that Flak Panzer. Second one moving into position, and I believe there's a third one over here that can move ahead. So that Flak Panzer is gonna die rather quickly, and it manages to get one kill, and then it died. Conscripts down to one man. Should probably get out of there. Might be losing them. No, oversight doesn't matter there. And we do hear another Stuka probably going on top of these. Yeah, there he goes. Two of the AT guns down. One down to one man, but, well, decides to retreat out of there. Should get shot and retreat, the coward. T-34 decides to go try to circle strafe a Panther, probably, but Panther can, you know, deny that because it has a turret. But, well, even though they managed to get kills on those AT guns, it looks like the Germans decided that they had suffered too many losses and died. Well, actually, never mind. Wow, look at me talking out of my ass. So the Soviet players managed to take down the points to 0. So very good play by SturmTigerOst and SturmTigerFlu. Props to Flu for sending in the replay. Thank you very much. I appreciate getting those. And well, I am sorry that I am doing a poor job at at representing your play here. It's my first 2v2. I honestly don't know what I'm doing, and I think it reflects on it. But hopefully you still like it. I'll try to do more of these casts, hopefully get better at casting them. And I actually enjoyed it. It's very hard to keep track of everything, though. A lot of fights everywhere. You know, it's mainly fights over here, but fights over here, fights over here. So it was very hard to keep track of, but it was still very exciting. And I gotta say, very good play for the Soviet players. They did an excellent job. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the cast. If you have any positive or negative comments, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send them, I will put the email in the description below, so you can send them there. Or you can also PM me, like SturmTigerFlu do. You can do that at CoH2.org or Game Replays in the Company of Heroes 2 section. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the cast, and I will see you later.